I think the racing at the best of the best. That's what I'd say.
At the back of your mind, you're thinking about Cheltenham and what we can get to Cheltenham, what races we can run at Cheltenham, what can win at Cheltenham.
Native River, a great leap in front. Far side is the brave Native River.
For the Tizzards, Q Card is going to absolutely rout them.
Yeah, I was one of 5 children. We were dairy farmers, left school at 15. We did have ponies when I was about 14, a couple of ponies, so we rode a little bit then. I had 2 other brothers farming. The farm wasn't big enough, so we had to milk cows and do contracting to get the next farm, And then when we were about 30, we split the partnership up. It sort of coincided with Joe and Kim. You know, they had ponies, and we thought we'd have a go at racing then.
You know, I was counting down the years from about 12 or 13 to when I was going to be able to point, and that was how we started. I was 16 years old. We had 3 point-to-pointers. That progressed to sort of 10 to a dozen the following year. And then I got a job with Paul Nicholls. Did well as an amateur and got the chance to turn professional. So sort of left this, and Dad was kind of left there with a dozen horses, and I thought, well, it's not much fun. I was doing it for me to be able to ride them. So then he got a permit out so he could run them under rules, and then just kind of grew from there. You know, I was able to ride them, and then 10 years later, I finished my time at Paul's, and then we pushed this yard in. You know, it was growing every year anyway, but we pushed it even more, and then sort of every year it's grown and grown and grown.
But it's Earth Mover into the lead, clear by.
Well, we used to go as young farmers when I was 17. Every year to the Cheltenham Festival. It was heaving. You get into Cheltenham and you're touching shoulders the whole time.
I remember getting back from school and watching the Gold Cup, and I'd never been to the festival for a day out even. I was going there to compete, and just the whole scale of it was mind-blowing. I remember like walking around the racecourse and not being able to move without bumping into people and that, and it was just like, wow, this is something else. You know, it's electric. When there's 75, 80,000 people there, it's electric, and you can just feel that sort of tension and the excitement.
First runner at the festival, Mr. One. We always say he paid for the Avenue Gallop. This is the Polo Gallop, the first gallop. He paid for that and started us going, Mr. One did.
I won the Fox Hunters was my first one. The year before Flagship Brawlers. I got given the ride last minute because our point to the bounder went wrong, and then they let me get on Earth Mover.
Fox Hunters for Joe Tizzard racing up towards the line. It's Earth Mover, only a 7-year-old.
You know, it's quite a big deal that they were putting their trust in a sort of a 18-year-old kid as well. And he won really well. But at the time it was just like, well, that's what happens. And then the following year I turned professional. The following year I rode Flagship Brawlers, and everything was winning most days of the week, and it was just part of it. Go to Cheltenham and they were going to win. Then I had an 11-year break without any winners. Then you sort of like, as you get a bit older, reality kicks in. You realise quite like how lucky you were to have had those winners and how difficult they are to come by.
And now Tizzard's niggling away on Q Card. Sprinter Sacre going arguably as well on the outside.
Q Card, when no one knew what he. You know, from day one when he was broke in, Roddy Green said this is going to be a good one, and then he was a real good horse as a 3-year-old.
A one-horse race, Q Card has come to the front and is about 2 or 3 lengths clear from Alpha Off in second.
That was special, you know. His first time was a bit of a shock to the system. He was a massive price. We knew he was a good horse.
You know, he was absolutely brilliant that day. You know, I remember when he was going out the run-in, I thought I was having a fit nearly. My back and my neck went stiff.
You know, I jumped the fence at the top of the hill, and I was able to fill him up all the way downhill. And then, as long as he didn't make a mistake in the last 2, he was always going to win. And you know, that was a big day on him. I was coming to the end of my career, and just like I said, like he took us to a whole new step with the bumper. Then he took us to another place with the Ryanair.
Because Q Card wins the bumper in 2010, wins the Ryanair of 2013.
You know, that was a real special day that we could really enjoy.
But then he went on to be the horse he was for the next 8 years. He's won £1.5 million and won 8 Grade 1s. He's a brilliant horse.
Look, that's a great shot.
Love, Mum. She was my mainstay, Kim was. Winners! Joe went off to be a jockey. We had 20 horses in training, and Kim was up in Lambourne, and I rang her up and said, I need you back, Kim. I can't keep up with these 20 horses, it's driving me mad. So Kim came back and, you know, she was a partner in the business.
You know, it was a major shock. You know, Cheltenham last year, she was there on Gold Cup Day. And then pretty much within 6 weeks, she was gone.
She made all the wheels go round all the time. She was in charge of staff. She took it on. She loved every second of it. She loved the racing.
It's been difficult, but she put a lot of hard work into this business to make it what it is. We're not just going to let it fall away. A, because that's not our style, and B, for her as well. You know, she put 25 years of hard grafting to get it where it is. So we're not just going to let it slip.
It takes some getting over, but there you are. We're lucky to be here on this beautiful frosty morning this morning. It might not look frosty, but the horses are here, so it's a wonderful place to be.
They're off. They race away then with 22 fences to jump, and the Native River, Definitely Red, Might Bite and Our Duke are the leading quartet.
He's been a fantastic horse for us. Sort of like quietly disappeared a little bit in the media, but he wasn't doing anything wrong on the track. You know, he won 2 from 2 last year. This year he ran a blinder up at Aintree, but because our horses were a bit quiet and everything, he sort of drifted out to be 5th in the betting, which is bonkers.
Opened it to the top of the hill now. Native River, good leap over it, landed in front.
And he ran the first time in the Deadman, and it was his second run. The ground came right. Richard Johnson was made in heaven for him, really.
Him and Dickie Johnson are just a wonderful combination, and they put a real impressive performance up.
Native River is fending off the challenger Might Bite. They run towards the line. The brave, the generous Native River in front. He's still holding on. He's made every yard. What a run. Native River and Richard Johnson have won the Tamiko Gold Cup.
If anyone wants to go faster in Native River, they're going too fast.
Native River rolling back the years. The 2018 Cheltenham Gold Cup winner, and now wins the Cotswold Chase.
When he's on song, he doesn't stop, and he's like a warrior of a horse of a lifetime again.
Coming towards the last, the big breakaway in front at the last, big leap.
Yeah, he's done very little wrong. It was very impressive at Cheltenham first time out. Then we probably aimed too low for him. It seems the daft thing, but we went small at Exeter trying to just give him a confidence booster, and the race wasn't good enough for him. And the horse that beat him just sat behind him, left him to sort of doss along in front, and then just got out sprinted after the last. But he put that behind him. He ran a blinder at Kempton in a Grade 1. If the second run had gone well, I'm sure we'd have sat second or third on him, had him really handy. But as he'd looked about so much, we had to drop him in a little bit further. And then around Kempton, it's a sharp track, and he never quite got there. So I think with that under his belt, he's got a great chance at Cheltenham. You know, he stays really well.
Well, I'd have to say Native River at the moment after Saturday. He looks every bit as good as he's ever been. He's done it before. He loves every minute of it.
I think Eldorado Allen, he finished a good second behind Shiskin. He's entered in a couple of novices, but I think we'll probably run him in a handicap. He's off a 149. He's not going to beat Shiskin in an Arkle, but he could be very competitive in a Grand Annual or something like that. And he's got enough experience now.
Thistlecrack, great leap at the last.
On his day, Thistlecrack was, you watch him on the gallery, he had 2 seasons when he was nearly unbeatable.
Tom Scudamore, Tom rides him out on the run to the line, and he clears away in great style.
When he won the World Hurdle, he absolutely trounced him. I think he went 8 runs without getting beat.
First, number 11, Thistlecrack.
All these big races just reel off your tongue. He was a brilliant horse. He's still in the yard there now, but I don't think he won't run again. He'll just have a lovely, happy retirement. Well, of course there's pressure. Pressure, there's no fun, and if you didn't feel pressure, you wouldn't be human, would you?
We're competitive, we're a big yard. We want to be training winners and we want to be getting it right. So I must admit, when I was a jockey, I never used to have sleepless nights, but now I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about what we're going to be doing the next day with the horses and where we can run them and what we can do. And it's not a pressure that frightens you, it's a good pressure, it's a competitive pressure.
Well, you're judged on Cheltenham. If it's Go Cups, your CV. I've won a Go Cup. I've won a World Hurdle. It's lovely. This is when someone prints it out. What we've won is everything. You never forget Q-Car winning the Champion Bumper, and never forget Native River winning the Go Cup. It's our life, and Cheltenham winners are the pinnacle of it all. It's our Olympics.
At the back of your mind, you're thinking about Cheltenham and what we can get to Cheltenham, what races we can run at Cheltenham, what can win at Cheltenham. And Cheltenham can change a season. We might have had a slow one, but if we have a good Cheltenham, then it's a brilliant Cheltenham, And the last couple of years we've had blanks. So we want to get back in that winners role there.
Native River rolling back the years.
big breakaway around the outside.
I think the racing, the best of the best, is what I'd say.
3 words. Just the best.
That's perfect. Thank you. That's perfect.